Welcome back. I hope you took a break and practiced the first 3 hacks. And we'll know if you're ready for hack 4 if you can do one thing. Can you recognize a few minutes, a few moments, every once in a while, where you have either a pleasant thought or the beast shuts up and you have a moment of silence? Let's take the pleasant thought first, okay? Every once in a while, have you noticed that even though your shitstorm might be one of the worst of anybody we've ever seen at any time in history, every once in a while a thought comes through that feels good. Feels kind of good for a second. You probably noticed that if you're getting good at hack 1. And let's pick up an example. Suppose you meet somebody and you say, I think he or she likes me. You have this feeling, feels kind of good. Have you ever noticed that immediately afterwards you squash it and go, nah, he probably wants something from me, or, oh, all guys are after is one thing, or whatever. Some thought that just wipes that out. They don't really like me. How could they like me? It's like, where'd that come from? The same place that all these other shitty thoughts came from. Have you noticed that your mind does that to you? If you haven't noticed that, spend a little time being on the lookout for a thought that comes through and feels kind of goodish, and see how fast your beast knocks it back down. So what are you going to do about that? Well, you know what to do, don't you? We've already covered bitch slapping. So you have your goodish feeling, I think she likes me. You have the beast thought that says, no, that's not what it is. And then you bitch slap the beast and say, shut up, I think she likes me. Okay? So that's not too hard. The hard part is to notice those goodish thoughts and then to catch the beast and bitch slap the beast before you lose the life force kick. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions about that, but I think it's pretty straightforward. The second part of hack 4 that we're going to cover now is when you get those moments of silence, when you actually stop the shitstorm and all of a sudden it's kind of quiet. I'm not being tortured by my thoughts. Hey, what do I want to do? What are you going to do? Before I said, well, just take a moment and enjoy the silence. And I think that's a great way to get started. When it starts to be a little bit more common to have these moments of silence, you start to realize, hey, not only am I not my thoughts, I can stop those negative thoughts, and I can insert a thought of my own making. I'm going to come up with a little creative initiative here. So what would be a good thought? Well, step 1 is just to appreciate something. Could be anything. Doesn't matter. What we're trying to do is feel a little bit of appreciation and feel a tiny uptick in your life force or sense of well-being. So if you have something in your immediate environment that you can appreciate, the sky looks beautiful today, or I feel well rested, or that's a beautiful fruit bowl over there. And even if you're so down and so depleted that you can't think of anything positive to appreciate, you can make something up and say, I feel really great that the military-industrial complex hasn't started a thermonuclear war today. Or, I'm glad there isn't a giant rat gnawing on my toe right now. Whatever it is, could be lighthearted, funny, a little bit sarcastic, but we want you to feel a little wisp of appreciation. That's the crux of feeling goodish, is to insert a thought of your own making that feeds your life force into those moments of silence that you earned by bitch slapping the beast into submission. Okay? So after a while, you're like, hey, I'm finished appreciating. What do I do now? Well, you probably don't have that long to wait before the beast ramps up again, until you get so good at this that you have long periods of time when the beast doesn't say anything. And that will happen, and that does happen. In the meantime, we'll segue up from just appreciation, and the next easiest thought is to bless somebody or something. You say, well, what does that mean? I'm not religious. Well, you don't have to be religious to bless something. It's just sending out a good intention. You had appreciation of something. Now you send out some good intention toward something or somebody. So you could say, I really miss my sister. I hope things are going well for her. Just a little tiny thought. That feels kind of good. It ups your life force a tiny bit to bless somebody. So it could be somebody you know. It could be somebody that you don't know that you admire. It could be somebody who's even dead. You could say, bless Albert Einstein, or bless Madame Curie, whatever you want. It could be a celebrity, bless the Kardashians. So bless somebody also, as you can see, increases your own sense of well-being and helps you feel a little bit more lighthearted. So first is appreciation. Second is bless somebody. Those are easy. Can you think of somebody to bless right now? If you can't think of anybody to bless, how about a pet? How about an inanimate object like your bicycle or your car or your jewelry? Anything that you want. All we're trying to do is find things that tick up your life force a little bit at a time. So what's the third thing that we might do? Because there are 3 parts to feeling goodish. The third one's also pretty easy. It's have intent. This is the first step to owning your world. And that's where we're going to go in Hack 5, 6, and 7 after we clean up the mess in your mind so that you feel capable in every waking moment to determine who and what you want to be. We're going to start with a little tiny bit of intention. So you have a moment of blessed silence. You appreciate somebody or something. You bless somebody. That's a power of intention in a way. And the third thing is to actually intend something. It could be something very simple. I'm going to make myself a really nice breakfast today. That's it. Or it could be something a little more important. I'm going to start writing my first novel today. I mean, if you're really depressed, it could be I'm going to sit on the crapper for a long time today. Again, the contents, so much of what I'm saying, the contents don't actually matter. It's the tick up. So if you say, I think I'm going to intend to do some yard work today, and that diminishes your life force, don't do it. That doesn't count. You didn't score on that one. You want to have an intention that when you have it, it feels goodish. Because that's all we're trying to accomplish today, is to feel good-ish. You don't have to feel good. You don't have to feel great. Just goodish. Okay, that's a little bit better. So if you start to master these 3 things, you're going to be able to win the trifecta of Hack 4, which I call TBI. And it's a very simple exercise you can do. For me, I like to do it in the morning, sometimes before bed also, but typically in the morning when I wake up. Because sometimes, you wake up in the morning and say, I don't feel good. Right away, the beast starts in on you, right? About all the things you have to do today, or all the things you didn't do yesterday, or whatever. The beast, everybody has their own beastly topics. But if the beast starts feeding on me early in the morning, I usually start off with TBI. I call it the 15-second TBI routine. You're going to do 3 things. You need your hand. Because first you go, number 1, I'm going to appreciate someone or something. Could be anything. I appreciate the fact that it's not snowing today. That's a simple thing. Or I appreciate the fact that it's the weekend. Or I appreciate the fact that I'm not in an iron lung right now. These kind of things. So number 2 is, so that takes 5 seconds to appreciate someone or something. And number 2 is to bless somebody. Send it out there, okay? I bless my car for not having any repair bills today. And number 3, I'm going to intend something. So TBI, 5 seconds on thanks, 5 seconds on bless, and 5 seconds on intend something. So I intend to finish my homework today early. I intend to play the guitar for 15 minutes today. Whatever it is, TBI. If you do that every morning when you wake up, it starts to push away the beast who's trying to devour your life force. Do you have any questions about TBI? Let me know. And let me know if you are feeling good-ish, if you have been able to stave off the shitstorm of hurtful thoughts by bitch-slapping the beast, diverting yourself from the beast, and now taking those little moments where you feel good-ish to slip in thanks, blessings, and intent. I want you to spend a couple of days or a week working on this to the point where TBI seems kind of comfortable and natural to you. And you're just like, hey, this is easy. I can bless things all day long. I can be thankful all day long. And I can start to have intent because The next session of this series is going to be not dealing with your internal world so much, but dealing with your external world. And that's going to be how to deal with the people in your life, especially the people who eat away at your life force, the daily grind, how you spend your day getting through life, and thirdly, how you deal with your body, your relationship with your body. So those are the next 3 hacks we're going to take on one at a time. And the biggest of those 3 is actually hack 5, you do you. And we're going to cover that next. So work on hacks 1, 2, 3, and 4. And when you're feeling good-ish, come back and see me for hack 5. Okay?